I want to go back to the exit. There it is. There's today's move. And there is year-to-date 52%. I want to stay on the banks and the financials for a minute with you, Sarat, because you said a couple things I kind of take issue with because of what you didn't say. You sort of paint a picture as to why the banks are moving the way they are today as looking past COVID, this, that, and the other thing. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. The banks are looking at the 10-year today. The 10-year's at 140. Yeah. Right? It's a 5% move in the 10-year. That's why they're moving higher. And what I was going to say before we broke off on something else was one day does not a trend make. And these things have fooled us before. So let's acknowledge that as we try and paint a rosy picture for the financials, which have driven people fits.
I completely agree. And I'm one of those that it drives fits, too, because I've got close to 20% of my portfolio there in financials. So, you know, one day you feel like a king and the next day you're like, what's going on? But the point is, it's got to be part of a diversified portfolio. You're still getting dividends on most of these stocks. And by the way, there are stocks in there that we own that we are taking profits, not because we don't like them, but because they've done really well.
Like
I mean,
what?
Look at Blackstone. Blackstone is Blackstone. Blackstone's at $125. You know, we've owned it for the last couple of years. It's been a rocket ship. It is now too big a part of some of our portfolios, so you've got to take some money out. Not to say I don't like it again. It's just done really well. Silicon Valley Bank. That thing has been a home run as well. That thing is tied to the NASDAQ. Again, love the company, but you just got to be careful and say, you know, don't fall in love with the stock specifics either, because some of these have done really well, and then some of them I still think are cheaper, like the Morgan Stanleys, even JP Morgan, and you know, American Express. So I am within there diversifying the portfolio, but I'm not just falling in love with the sector and saying, you know, these stocks are going to go to the moon, because at some point they will reflect what's there, and then we got to cut it back.
Carrie, give me 30 seconds on American Express, which I know you own and like as well. 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's a reopening stock. Reopening stock, business travel, higher interest rates, big float, and it's bank and cheap. That's less than 30 seconds.
That was less than 30.